So when it comes to working corporate, I know many of us may not be in jobs that we enjoy being in right now. You know, we would rather be somewhere else, and we're just like miserable day to day. I've been through it. I've had jobs where I wake up in the morning and I'm like, man, like I really don't want to go in today. But there is 3 life skills that you can learn from working corporate, a 9-to-5 job. And I want to share these with you guys because I feel like this really helped my life, because you can apply it to anything, right? They're life skills. So the first skill is being able to problem solve. Don't be someone that waits around for work. As in, like, you may have some downtime at your job and you're like, I want to take it easy, I want to chill. But if you're someone like me, there's always work to do. I can always find work. And I'm sure in your job, you could always find work. You can always add responsibility to your plate. And when you do this, when you decide to take on more work, you are problem solving because you have to learn maybe new material for your job. You know, it's something you're working on for the first time. And as you keep doing this, right, you keep this problem solving mindset going, you build your problem solving muscle. And your brain, you'll notice your brain starts to recognize patterns of tasks that you take on at your job, that future tasks that you have to work on, you can apply the same concepts that you learned from the past. So it only makes problem solving easier. That's a skill that you can use and apply in anything that you do in life. So do that. That's the first skill. The second skill is being able to communicate effectively. So at your job, you may have clients that you work with, you have managers to report to, maybe there's claims reps you talk to, engineering teams you talk to, right? So understand the jargon that's used in these conversations and meetings that you have with these different types of teams, and also understand the cadence of conversations. And I've recently found this very valuable, and I'll explain what that means as well. So cadence of conversation is understanding what is the vibe of the team that you're working with. Are they more jovial, right? Like upbeat in their personality, or are they a bit more stoic in the meetings? And you need to be able to match that energy, and your tone of voice, how you communicate, should match that. You never want to overextend, especially if you're someone that's working corporate and you're not higher up in the ladder currently. Maybe you're an entry level junior, a couple years removed from, school, whatever the case may be. You want to make sure you're matching that energy, because that's how eventually you'll be able to connect with people on those different teams, and you'll be able to notice that you'll be able to get more out of the conversations. You can also apply this to emails as well. And get more out of the conversations, but what I also mean by that is when you do need help or you do need assistance, if you understand how to speak that language, you'll be able to get the results that you want from that person. So those are very important. And then what I was just about to say is, understanding how to communicate in emails too. This is something that I'm also learning currently, where sometimes I just word vomit, or I used to word vomit, and I'm learning to type out an email and then refine it. Keep refining it until you feel like you're delivering the message in a concise and clear manner, and using the jargon, like I mentioned, of the person that you're emailing to, so it resonates. That's how you build, relationships, and you will see yourself move up in that ladder. But also, it's just a life skill to learn in general as you meet different types of people. So keep that in mind. And then the last skill is emotional intelligence. So this is very, very key. I think emotional intelligence is understated in our life. We always think about just, IQ, right? But EQ is just as important, or not more important. And the reason why I say this is because you need to be able to understand when you're working a 9-to-5 job that there's going to be times where people that you work with bother you. You may not like your manager. You may not like the teams that you have to work with, but you kind of have to deal with it, right? So understanding how you process those thoughts, that when you are getting annoyed, how do you react? How do you feel emotionally within? Okay, and I know this actually goes into neuro-linguistic programming, which I've been learning recently, where you need to understand that stimulus that you're getting, which is basically just like, someone's talking to you and you're receiving that information within. understand if someone's bothering you, where they're coming from. Maybe they've had like a long day, maybe they're stressed out. You know, there could be all these different factors, but don't allow that to affect your mood and respond back in the same tone, because ultimately you're not going to get what you want when you do that. In fact, instead, we call it about, we phrase this as being the bigger person, but it's just a matter of taking that thought that may initially bother you, understand where they're coming from, and once you have that clarity, you know how to respond in a clear and just appropriate manner for a work environment. And you're gonna deal with this your whole life, no matter who you deal with. People of all ages, and this is important whether you're just an entry-level position or if you're a CEO of a company. Emotional intelligence is very key. People don't like you, you're not gonna you're not gonna build relationships, work's gonna be a lot more difficult. If you have deadlines for projects and you're just emotionally distraught, you're not gonna be able to think clearly to get that task done, right? So all these different problems. So keep in mind of how to grow your emotional intelligence, because that's just gonna take you to another place in life. So these are the 3 life skills. And the key to all of these is that we all experience it in corporate work, but many of us don't think of it this way. So you have to do this with intention, okay? Like, the opportunities are gonna be there. The opportunities to problem solve are always gonna be there. The opportunities to communicate effectively is always there. And, grow your emotional intelligence is there. It's just a matter of how much do you care. And the reason why you should care is because if you are working in a 9-to-5 job that you don't necessarily enjoy, if you at least leverage the moment, which is essentially just leveraging the fact that, okay, I'm in this position in life right now. It's not ideal, but there are these skills I can learn that can propel me forward in life. You may as well just do that, right? Like, use that, leverage the moment in your favor. But what I'm saying is that you can use this opportunity that you have at your job to now apply it to what you want to do with your life. I hope you guys get what I'm saying here, is that you learn these 3 life skills, right? Now you're something that you're passionate about, you can apply problem solving, right? Let's say you want to get into becoming a musician, right? You may have no idea about it. I don't know what I was trying to say there. You have no idea about what it takes to become a musician, but you enjoy it. That's like your passion. But now that you know how to problem solve, you know how you can learn, right? And then eventually you may get to a point where, you want to share your music with people. So now you have to be able to communicate effectively and market yourself, right? Who's the audience that you're trying to market to, right? So you have to speak that jargon and, speak in a certain tone that resonates with the people you want to, share your music with. And then once people are on board with your music, maybe people want to collaborate with you, right? So then now this is where emotional intelligence comes into place. And, that's how you build relationships and you make connections and this and that. So I say all this is that don't look at your job as there's no benefit that you're getting from it. You may not like what you do in terms of the work, but if you reframe your mind to think from this perspective, you'll gain a whole lot out of it. And this is how pioneers think. It's not always ideal, like the situation they're in. There's a lot of hard work that goes into it, but they always try to find the good in difficult circumstances, right? Like, how can I continuously keep growing my life? What is the benefit that I can possibly gain from this, not ideal scenario? So anyways, I hope you guys like this video. This is something that I'm applying and learning in real time still today. Like, I'm working corporate. I gotta get back to work here pretty soon. But I wanted to share this with you guys because I feel like this is very valuable. I always see all this content about 9-to-5 jobs, like you should quit it, it's the worst, yada yada. Well, it's not ideal, but hey, at least get something out of it. So if you guys like this video, let me know in the comments below what you think. Share with a friend that needs to hear this. Subscribe to me if you haven't already. I'm all about bulletproofing your mind to maximize what life has to offer you. And you can continuously keep bulletproofing your mind if you find ways to find the good in difficult situations, like I mentioned. So may as well do it, right? So Hope you guys like this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.